Hey guys, Ash Lane here. Today we're going to cover GoWiWi / GoWiPe / GoWiWiPe, analyzing and correcting mistakes using earthquake spells. So, I know a lot of you have been using earthquake spells. I know a lot of my clanmates have also been using it. The beauty about earthquake is it will take down max level walls still even after the revamp with only level 1 earthquake. So it's very popular to create a very wide funnel that doesn't go away, that doesn't create a lag time for your troops when they're traveling through it. Now, I'm going to bring a new idea to the table. It's certainly not new to the game, but new to something that I haven't shared before. But it's the idea of combining a jump spell with 4 earthquake spells. Now, I should note before I get into this too much that generally speaking, Town Hall 9s don't have to add the jump spell because they're dealing with quite a few less walls now, all the extra walls, and certainly not dealing with Inferno Towers, and you're usually aiming for 3 stars, so mitigating those walls is a little bit easier at Town Hall 9. You don't necessarily have to add the jump spell, although some base designs, it is still beneficial to use on the back end of a raid for those 3-star attempts. Today we're going to be covering 2-star attempts at Town Hall 10. So let's hop into this first replay here. It is by KS, and you can see he has four earthquake spells. They're going to be able to take down max level walls. As I said there, he's going to do a little bit of sniping to start out this raid, so we'll go ahead and fast forward through the snipes. And now, more often than not, 9 times out of 10, at least that's what it feels like, the reason these attacks fail isn't because you fail to get the town hall, because using 4 earthquakes, more often than not, your troops are going to actually get to the town hall because you're creating such a wide opening for them to travel to the town hall. So more often than not, fails on these sorts of attacks are actually caused by failure to get the percentage points. Failure to get 50% against a base, partially that's because you're creating such a narrow space, a narrow funnel, a narrow entry point for your troops, and what you're really relying heavily on at that point is your troops to do a lot of damage and maybe even bust through some walls when you get to the center of the base. So the idea I'm going to propose after we watch this replay where KS just barely fails to get that 2nd star because of the percentage, and the way we're going to fix that today is adding a jump spell. So we're going to go ahead and watch this raid. We're going to speed it up a little bit, but you can see the general premise of this whole raid, why I'm bringing it to you guys. Not because it was an awful raid, but because this happens to a lot of people, right? You get to the center of the base, okay, you're around 35%, but your troops start to die because they're in the center of the base under that heavy defensive concentration, under that heavy damage, that heavy firepower, and what's going to happen is he already used his snipes for this base, and the attack kind of fizzles out from there. 43%, 1 star, failed to get the percentage. So what I'm going to do here is bring you a couple examples of how to incorporate jump spells with the earthquake spell. So the first attack is going to be on base number 11, Mr. Kongdu. I hope I'm pronouncing that right there. And this is going to be by Cybertron. Now, Tron's going to do something very interesting here. He's going to incorporate the jump spell, but instead, he's not going to use a jump spell in the center of the base because the earthquake spell makes a wide enough hole that his troops are easily able to access that town hall area. And what he's going to do is get a nice wide spread using the jump spell on one side towards the north end of the base, and then using the earthquake spell to open up a nice wide area around the 9 o'clock area. That's going to be his main area of attack, with his heroes dropping around that area, take down that enemy clan castle. In this case, it's a dragon, and he's going to go ahead and engage right into that Inferno Tower. Now, you still have, like I said, 5 spell slots to use after you're using the jump spell and the 4 earthquakes. So bringing a rage spell in this case, and also a freeze spell, is very beneficial. It really helps out. You can mix in that freeze spell later on in the raid if you want to, like Tron decides to do here. Some people might have chosen to use the freeze spell right away, try to keep some of those wizards alive. Either way, it ends up working all right for him. Now, Tron, to make extra care that he actually hit that percentage that he's aiming for, the 50%, he actually brought a P.E.K.K.A. to use back end right over there. You can see the P.E.K.K.A. deployed on the map with a couple of wizards backing it up. In fact, just 1 wizard. Either way, this is going to be a very successful raid. You can see against max level defenses, if not walls. So he goes ahead there. He still has the queen alive. I'm going to go ahead and speed things up just a little bit here because you actually get a lot of percentage on this base. Could have been a 3-star attack maybe if he had kept those wizards alive right in the beginning there. Either way, very impressive, and the whole reason I'm bringing it to you is to maybe give you guys new ideas about how to funnel your troops into these Town Hall 10 bases using the jump spell on top of the earthquake spell. Going to go ahead and bring you one more replay, and it is going to be here by Morphus. There's another 2-star attack against a maxed out base here. You can see Morphus is yet again going to use the 4 earthquakes, only level 2. You don't need max earthquakes there. He's going to have that 1 jump spell. And he also chooses to bring 1 freeze and 1 rage spell. He has a GoWiWi army. You can see he has the witches there. He's going to start by engaging this base from the south. Just barely opened up that 1 little wall there. Then he drops his jump spell a little bit to the north of the earthquake opening. So what he's going to do is yet again have a nice wide spread here, be very patient on the deployment, has his golems all on the board at this point, then he's going to stagger in those wizards. No big rush to this attack. You do have that freeze spell to help mitigate the inferno damage, and you also obviously have the rage spell for when your troops funnel to the center of the base. This is just a really nicely orchestrated attack. In fact, they both are, and that's part of the reason why adding the jump spell is really beneficial on these earthquake attacks. I can't tell you how important it is to have a nice wide spread on your engagement 9 times out of 10, no matter what strategy you're using. Even if you're just using wall breakers, no jump spells, enter a little bit wider than would normally seem comfortable. You can see really nice placement on that freeze spell. Helps keep some of those wizards alive that are a little bit further to the south. The queen at this point has the town hall down. He's already at 40%. He still has some golems alive, as well as the queen's ability to use still. Has a couple wizards being kept alive, and he has his whole sniping team. You can see there's a few snipeable units up there on the top. But getting back to my main point of the video, I hope you guys take away, if you take away one thing from this video, it would be considering adding extra funneling spells or wall breakers, and spreading your troops a little bit wider. So when you're analyzing a base at Town Hall 10, trying to hit it for 2 stars, I always like to remind myself, Ash, let's take this a little bit wider. Make sure you get the percentage, because oftentimes to access that town hall on these bases, to take down the town hall, you don't need a full army. Especially, you don't need the full 240 troops capacity. Oftentimes, you can use 180 troop capacity to take down the town hall. Spread your forces nice and wide. Oftentimes, you need much less than the 180. Sometimes it only takes, a couple golems, some wizards, and heroes. That's it to take down the town hall. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of analyzing and correcting mistakes, dealing more with funneling, and also dealing with the idea of adding a jump spell to your earthquake attacks. Guys, thanks so much for your continued support. Thanks so much for sharing with your clanmates. I really appreciate it, and as always, take care, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. I wanted to give you 3 quick ways you can help the channel out. Number 1, subscribe. If you're not already, it really helps me. Number 2 is give a thumbs up, like the video. Number 3, continue to tell your clanmates about my channel. It really helps, and I really appreciate it. And also social media. You can follow me on Twitter at @clash_with_ash. Also, follow me or find me on Bindle at #ClashWithAsh. And don't forget to visit my website, www.clashwithash.com. Take care, guys.